All right, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I am 34 years old and I have already been divorced. Um, it's probably one of the worst things that can happen to you, but at the same time, could be one of the best things as well. It's a known fact that half of the people that get married will get divorced, and I'm pretty sure that's due to many reasons. You know, some people will say feminism, some people will say social media. Uh, Other people would just be like, it's a different time now. It's a different world, and honestly, it's a sad thing that that's happening, but it does happen. It has happened to me in this time frame, in this era of what we're in. And all I could do now is give advice on what you should or should not do, especially to young men that has dealt with the same thing that I've dealt with, or on the brink of getting a divorce. You feel like you're separated, getting a divorce. And here are some things that has helped me get out of the rut for when it was happening at the time. I mean, these are things that you have to do. You don't have, any other choice. Are you gonna lay down and let it defeat you, or are you gonna just become a better man and move forward? So the first thing that you definitely have to do, man, is take responsibility. Take responsibility for whatever has happened, even if you feel like that, oh, she did something and this is what's going on, and whatever the case may be. Hey, you were the man. You have to take responsibility for how you were leading. Take that responsibility for the lack of leadership. Now the other way around is if you actually did something. Take responsibility of what happened. If you're going out and you know for a fact that cheating wasn't something that you guys agreed upon, or you weren't doing the things that you were supposed to do, just in general, take responsibility of that. Once you have that first thing, that first mindset of I'm taking responsibility of what has happened in this situation, is going to at least give you some type of stress relief, right? When you take responsibility, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Taking everybody else out of the equation, and that goes for anything else. Taking responsibility is one of the superpowers that you can have, right? Especially as a man. Like, just there's no way around it. Or are you going to be a person that's looking for handouts, looking for advice from everybody? Go and cry to a lot of people instead of working through it the way that you need to work through it. And that's say, hey, these are the things that I did, and that's a conversation between you and yourself and God. The next thing in this situation, you definitely want to have a deal breaker on, and you need to agree, a deal breaker on if something else happens within this time frame, and if it comes out you're no longer gonna do this, you're not gonna get back with this person. Stick to the fact that you guys had a conversation, you agreed to, if this is going to happen, then I'm not going to move forward. And you should have, even if you don't have that conversation with her and you're having it with yourself. I know if this happens, I know I cannot go back to it. And the reason why I'm talking about reconciliation is because marriage is supposed to be definitely a sacred thing. It's biblical. It's something I don't believe that should be broken, even though it has happened to me. So I believe that there are people that can definitely reconcile. But at the end of the day, if there's things that is going to happen in between the time of, you guys right now not being the best that you're doing or going through, but there are things that you can just cut this situation off. And I would say one of those things is definitely going out and cheating while you guys are still married, or this person going to do other things outside of that. Anything that's going to hurt you down the line, anything that's going to hurt her continuously down the line, and anything that's going to hurt you guys both down the line, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, right? So definitely have it in your mind of what you know, even if you don't have the conversation with her, of what you know, that you have a deal breaker, and I'm not going to go back and deal with this after you've done that. And the next thing is, even after you have had this conversation, you should not be bothering this person. You should not be checking in on them. You should not be trying to figure out what's going on. If they want to talk to you, if they want to be with you, and this might sound hard, but they're going to talk to you. You know, once you lay that out straightforward, you had this conversation like, hey, I'm open for communication. I'm not going to bother you. If this is something that's going to, going to work out, I'm here. I already told you I wanted it to happen. You definitely should not be trying to go out of your way to make communication happen and to fix things when in general that's already something that's messed up. Most of the time is what I find, and what I even found, within myself, is trying to fix it by talking or trying to fix it by figuring out things is not the way. She's gonna come to you and have a conversation. And it's not about it being on her time. You should be so busy with yourself and what you have to do that it should not matter on you trying to go and contact her or see what she's doing or see what's going on. That should not be that way. It just shouldn't. What it's going to do, and I'm telling you now, and I've seen it in groups. I've seen it, just from personal experience. You trying to figure out all this. You having a conversation, you calling her, hey, like, you want to do this or do that? And I'm like, no, I'm not there yet. There's no reason why you should have even called or had that conversation. You should be so busy with yourself, with doing things that you need to do for yourself, that shouldn't even be on your mind right now. Even if you think about it, just get through it. Like, no, I'm gonna take responsibility and keep control of myself and do what I need to do to get myself better, to heal myself, to make sure that I'm the man that I need to be for the future moving forward. And for the next thing you guys need to do is make a plan. Make a 12-month plan, a year plan of goals that you want to reach in 12 months. And follow them step by step. What that will do is get you to the point of understanding how busy you're going to be. You're going to fill your schedule. Depending where you are in life, it could be traveling, it could be making more money, it could be getting your health right. Anything that you have as far as goals within the next 12 months to level up yourself and to distract you from even any other woman, like, that's not something that you should be worried about right now. You're going through a very specific time that's most likely going to take a toll on a lot of things if you let it. So going out and worrying about whatever else you're going to worry about and not being a busy man yourself, it's just going to make the situation worse. Do what you need to do and continue to build yourself up, build your life up. And once again, this is something where this isn't if it isn't a reconciliation thing and you guys had a conversation about you backing away a little bit from work. Because if that was the issue beforehand about you being so busy or so forth, and you're not figuring out, and you didn't figure out ways to make things a little bit less stressful in that situation, that's a little bit different. But at the same time, you still want to have goals every single year. If you're married, you guys have goals together. But if this is something to where you guys are separated, or you're going through a divorce, or you have been divorced, you need to focus strictly on getting yourself together and getting your life together. So make those 12-month goals. And I did it, man, and it helped me a lot. Because when I reached them, I felt so accomplished. Now the next thing is to get in the gym. Get in the gym, stay in the gym. You never know what's going to happen. And I think I almost say this I've said this in a few videos already. Getting in the gym, working out, no matter if you're a slim guy or a big guy, getting in the gym and just starting and being consistent. Life could be busy. There's some people that look like bodybuilders, right? There are some people that's not gonna have as much as a physique as, some other guys. But at the same time, when you're in the gym and you see progress, that is something that needs to happen. It's gonna change your mentality. It's gonna make you feel better because you're gonna hit goals, and also you're gonna just look better. Get in the gym. That's a non-negotiable. If you should have been doing that already, but get in the gym and make a sweat, and make some things happen within your body. You know, even if you have to change your diet the way that you need to. But one thing for sure is getting in the gym. Now the next thing is, you know, you might be in the gym, you have these goals that you have, and you know you're not, you know, doing well with your ex or whatever the case may be, or your wife at the time. You think you should be dating, and you should not be dating. Do not date. You can have conversations with people, you can have friends, but as far as getting into another relationship, as a divorced man at that time frame, you should not be doing that if you don't have everything together. But even then, getting right into a relationship that quickly, it's bound to give some type of mistakes to happen very quickly or even down the line. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting your bases together that you need to get together. Especially if you have kids and that makes things even messier. Don't worry about a relationship right now. Worry about getting yourself in the best possible position financially, physically, spiritually, and mentally. The best possible. And to tie everything up, the main thing to put all things together is to pray and attend church. Having God in your life, and when I say having to attend church, because you know it is good to have a gym at home, and I love having gym at home. I go in and I could do my workouts every day, you know, in the garage. But also, I know when I was going to the gym, because I had to start to go to the gym. I started going to the gym, having trainers sometimes, or going to the gym. It helped me learn what I need to do. But at the church, it's the same thing. You know, you may could read your Bible at home, you may could go through your Bible app or whatever the case may be, but when you're at church and you're praying with people and you're understanding, you know, more and more about the lessons that's going on, and to even further it to help you a little bit more, maybe volunteering in certain ministries, but tying God into the situation, having some sort of accountability of knowing this is what I need to do in order to know how to lead and lead the right way, right? And this is another thing that, you know, some people just kind of don't understand as well. It's like, just because you go to church does not mean that every single person in there know what they're talking about. You have to still do your own research and your own homework. You know, finding the right place to go, being in the right classes, you know, learning for your stage of your life of where you are, making it personalized. There are specific truths and things, right? But at the same time, we still have to understand what we're learning. If we don't read it ourselves, we don't understand it for ourselves, to challenge for ourselves, you know, that's another thing. But still understanding God, praying, being in church, it's very important. So that's the things that help me, guys. And you know, I honestly hope that, you know, if you're going through a divorce, you know, I've been through it, and it's not fun at all. Like I said, I'm definitely a young guy that has been through it, and these are things that has helped me after making mistakes already before not doing those things already. So I know that they work. I know that they help. It gets you a clear mind. And this is something to help even if you're going to get it back into your marriage or not, right? The letting go of one of the things that you can do, one of the best things you can do is letting go of the outcome and just consistently, day by day, work on what you need to do. Work on what you need to do, and most likely that's just yourself. So that's the video for today, guys. It's a touchy subject that I have had because this divorce thing happened just a few years ago, but I am in a 100% better place than I was, and you know, I wish it didn't happen, but at the same time, I wouldn't have learned as much about myself if it didn't happen, which is the craziest thing. I wouldn't have gotten as close to God as I did if it didn't happen. So, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You know, you got this, you know, just continue to live and do these things, man. And if you have any more questions, if you have any more comments, agreements or disagreements, don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Please subscribe, and talk to you next time.